Hello everyone, this is Ashen here. I'm an extrasensory coach, Qigong teacher, shaman, completion process facilitator, and parts work facilitator. Today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects ever, which is Mother Earth. If you want to find out more about me, please go to lushheartsblossoming.com. Mother Earth is a beautiful being, and we live in her womb space. And to be unaware of her and to be physically disconnected with her is kind of the same thing as if you were inside your mom and you were growing inside your mom and your cells were developing because of her, and she was nourishing you and feeding you and giving you literally everything that you needed, and you didn't know she existed. You were disconnected from her and you felt like your world was your own little bubble where the womb space was your little world. Mother Earth is a conscious being. She is alive. She has her own consciousness. She is alive and she has a physical body and we're living on it. She is a part of us. We are an extension of her. We were physically born from our mothers, but we were nourished by her embodiment. We physically were nourished by the fruits and the veggies and the wheat that grew from her belly. The sunlight that nourishes her each day, the soil that allowed that food to grow, the water that is a basic need for life, the breath and the air, the oxygen that her trees provide. We're alive because of her. We're alive and here because of planet Earth, because of Gaia, because of Mother Earth. And we need to feel our love for her and receive how much she loves us. We are no more disconnected from the earth than the trees that are rooted into her soil that grow, than the rivers, than the hawk that flies, than any other animal on this earth that is a part of the earth and living with the earth. The only difference is that as humans, we box ourselves up in our little houses and we play this game that we're something different. We put on our suits and we put on our dresses and we put on our makeup and we live in these little cities and these little boxed houses, and when we go to nature, it's like this, oh, that's a nice scenery, that looks nice, right? But it's like, no, you are literally living and breathing and surviving off of this being that is alive and conscious and receiving you and loving you in every single moment. You are an extension of her body. You are an extension of her consciousness, her emotions. You are literally her child, and you are connected to her through your heart chakra, through your root chakra, through every level of your being. You are connected to this great being that you're living on. If her body is an extension of your body, doesn't it seem kind of important to actually receive that connection and create a symbiosis with that connection and work with that connection? And the answer to that is feeling her love, giving your love, really feeling your love for her, really receiving that you're connected to her, that you are one with her, that you are a part of her, that you're moving within her. Because when your physical body is turned on to the physical awareness that you are not separate from this earth, that you are not separate from the air around you, that you are not separate from the seasons that move within her, that you are not separate from the trees, that you are not separate from the soil, that you are not separate from the food that grows in her belly, you are not separate from coyote, you are not separate from the deer. When you realize that you're not separate, your body activates and turns on. Our bodies are this like car that the key is just in park all the time, or maybe sometimes it goes in reverse even, because we're so disconnected from our bodies, and we're so disconnected from the fact that our body is physically an extension of the planet around us. And so we don't treat our bodies right, and we aren't connected to the energy of presence and embodying it and being in the moment and receiving all that it is and all that it means to be alive on planet Earth today, to be a part of Gaia, to get to be a part of it all, to get to be one with Gaia, to get to be together and united with Gaia, to get to receive the pleasure of being with Gaia. We need to learn to connect to the greater symbiosis of the earth. to connect to the forests and all of the biodiversity and flowers and birds, all of the beautiful foliage and flowers that grow, all of the beings and squirrels and monkeys that live in these forests, in these jungles, on this land, to connect to the sacred energy of receiving the physical connection to trees, the physical energy that is running up their trunks and receiving from the sun and connecting on the multidimensional levels, to connect to the sacredness of the vibration of rocks that pull your energy in and down, and again are conscious parts of the earth and conscious beings that you get to receive, that you get to be connected to feel grateful for all of the different animal beings on this planet and the elementals. When we connect to the different levels of the earth and the different greatness of this planet, we slowly allow that gratitude to fill us with love, to fill us with a state of connection and unity for that thing that is us. Like, we get to connect to birds of air, right? Birds fly, so they're a part of the element of air. And we get to feel gratitude for owls and say, that is me. That is me. I'm so grateful for these beings. They are me. They're a part of me. They're connected to me. I get to feel grateful for air, the smell of air in springtime and in fall, and the feeling of wind and the crispness of the wind when it's cold out in winter, when it's freezing, and the warmth of the air and the heat that falls on my body in the summer. I get to feel grateful and connected to the dolphins and the whales and the sharks swimming in the ocean, and the jellyfish and the coral reefs and all the different fish and animals that live there, and the greatness of the ocean, which, you know, we have explored more of outer space than we have our own oceans. There is an entire world underneath there, and it is a part of the earth, and it is a part of us as well. And to feel grateful and thankful for fire itself, to the feeling of being around a campfire, the knowing that fire cooks your food, it warms your house, that the frequency of fire is what creates warmth, heat. You know, even if it comes from electricity, it's still on the element of fire. And to connect with the beings of fire, like snakes and reptile beings, and to feel thankful and grateful for them, and to say again, that is me. To feel thankful and grateful for the earth herself, for the horses that run through fields and mountains and Arctic tundra with Arctic foxes and polar bears, and to feel grateful for places like Costa Rica and the Amazon that are just filling with biodiversity and flowers and species of plants and food and animals around every corner, and to say, that is me. To feel grateful for the vastness of sand in the desert regions and the sandy mountains and places like Utah that make beautiful horizons and drops and feeling, and say, that is me. That is me. I receive that. And to feel so grateful for that, and to start letting that build and build and build, and open your heart to loving Mother Earth and letting her become you, and to start receiving what it is to be on the frequency of Earth. We can be in nature, we can be on the earth and not receiving her frequency, her high vibe, and most humans today are not. Even if you're a runner or an athlete, or you like to spend a lot of time in nature, most people are not receiving the vibration of the nature, of the earth, when they go out and be there with her. So our bodies are not turned on, and our experience of being in this planet is shut down, and it's not turned on, right? Because the feeling of actually receiving Mother Earth's vibration and the reality of being on the earth and in nature and together with nature and living with nature and being united with nature is a feeling of pleasure, a feeling of this symbiosis and this biodiversity, that all of these different elements are me, they're a part of me, they're connected to me. The feeling of birds flying over your head, the feeling of really feeling a sense of freedom and joy, and almost like there's like when you're connected to the earth, it's like this, there's this drumming, there's this tribal drumming of connection, and connecting to tribe and community with other humans also is a part of connecting to the vibration of Mother Earth. It's like we are all in this together, and really just receiving her energy that honestly can't be put into words. The more that you connect and receive and let nature nourish you and let yourself feel how much she loves you, feel how connected you are to her body, feeling how you're a part of her body, and spending time expanding this vibration, expanding your heart with that, the more you're going to be aware of, okay, wow, this is what it actually feels like to have a physical body that's present and embodied with the vibration of the earth herself. And this physical presence and embodiment and receiving this connection to nature and the earth and tribe, it's like now all of a sudden your car is turned on and you're in drive, right? You need to turn your body on and actually receive in these experiences of going out into nature and being a part of the earth, that your body is physically a vehicle of the earth. It is a vessel of the earth. It is a baby of the earth. And it is living through an experience of connection to the earth. And when we allow ourselves to really become that awareness, not just think about it mentally, but to feel it in every level of our being emotionally, to know it mentally, but also to physically be that, to physically feel that, right? It's like the physical aspect all around you, the physical reality all around you is no longer this disconnected thing. It's like my body is physically a part of this thing that is all around me. I am physically that thing, and I am physically moving within that thing, and I am physically turned on within that thing. I am physically receiving information from it, connecting to it, interacting with it, right? When you go into water, it's pretty obvious that, okay, there is literally no difference between me and the water right now. I'm swimming in the water, I'm interacting with it, it's all around me, it's embracing me, it's holding me, it's containing me. And it's like that's how you should feel with nature at all moments. When you see a bird, it's like that bird is containing me in this reality right now. That bird is a part of my experience right now. I'm not separate from that bird. When you see a tree, it's the same thing. It's like I'm united with that thing. And to have this experience will allow you to really embrace your human experience and experience the pleasure of nature and the pleasure of earth and the pleasure and the feeling of elatedness that comes with having a human body and being alive and living life, knowing that you are also a part of the earth. You are the earth, and what the earth feels like is what you get to feel like on the inside too. You get to feel like a river, you get to feel like a mountain, you get to feel like the grandness of this earth, of her consciousness, and you are no longer alone, right? It's also this feeling of, I am not separate from the earth, I am together, I am loved by the earth. And really receive how much she loves you. You are her child. She has given you your body. She's given you everything. She loves you with all of her heart, all of her being. No matter your shadows, no matter your evolution, she is here with you fully, right? And so it's like now I'm no longer alone, and I'm receiving what it's like to be alive with the earth, together with the earth, and the greatest version of this is gratitude and love for the earth, but also getting out into nature and not just being in nature, seeing it and being like, oh, that's beautiful, but to actually become nature in that experience, to move with nature, to receive it and nourish your experience of being a part of that is around you deeper and deeper and deeper, and to really let yourself exit your human reality in those moments, and to not be thinking about what's going on at work or at home or in your relationships, and really what is it like to be this animal that is living on the planet right now with this body all around me that is an extension of me. How do I really receive the experience and the vibration of the nature around me? How do I become it? How do I let it impact me? How do I let it become inside of me, all around me, so that there is no separation, but I am now moving, turned on as a part of the earth. I am the earth. I am the earth. And I become the vibration of the earth more and more each and every day. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.